Hello and welcome to another presentation by Today's. The world is full of questions to which no one seems to have answers. It defies all logic as to why Pakistan, a declared Islamic nation, is not only silent about the atrocities committed by the Chinese regime against its own Muslim citizen, but it is happily playing second fiddle to China, a noted Islam hater. In this communist country, out of the 141 crore population, Muslims account for 23 millions, about 2%. They are mostly concentrated in two provinces, namely Xinjiang, Uyghur Autonomous Region or ZUAR, and in Ningxia, Hui Autonomous Region or NHAR. Pakistan keeps its eyes shut over what is happening to fellow Muslims in China. One question begs an answer. Why is the Pakistan army establishment, its government and its media silent? While media is full of reports of atrocities by Chinese regime on the hapless Muslims with a view to obliterate their Islamic identity, over 1 million Uyghur Muslims are locked in horrific re-education camps, also known as transformation through education centers. Thousands of children who are locked up in these camps with their parents are now sent to orphanages. One can understand Chinese regime's crackdown on its citizens. It is in line with the communist ideology, which has zero respect for human rights as well as human dignity. But why is Pakistan silent on this issue? Isn't Pakistan the one that claims to be a champion of all Islamic causes and justifies its proxy war against India as a part of its divine duty to destroy the kafir neighbor? Isn't China a bigger kafir? But not only does Pakistan keep its eye shut over what is happening to fellow Muslims in China, but it has also ended up as its vassal state. If you believe the reports say that Chinese authorities are also escalating a crackdown on Christians. They are burning Bibles, they are shutting down churches, and they are forcing believers to sign papers denouncing their faiths. The authorities have confiscated illegal promotional material, by the way, which means Bible, amid a deepening crack between China's underground churches and the Chinese authorities. During the last few decades of China occupation, Tibet has nearly lost its identity altogether. The proud independent nation known for its unique brand of Buddhism is now merely a Chinese colony with Buddhism nowhere to be seen. So how can Pakistan remain silent? Why is Pakistan silent? Is Pakistan such a country that it will create one set of rules for India and another set of rules for China? In India, a Hindu majority asking Muslims not to eat cow beef is a bigger issue for Pakistan than Muslim children being ripped off from the arms of their mothers and being sent to orphanages by China. Why this double speak? Why this double standard? And I can tell you why. Because for Pakistan, it is indoctrined that anything and everything that is anti-India is okay. Their existence, their whole reason for being there on the world is because they hate India. If one fine day India ceases to exist, Pakistan will find itself in its biggest crisis ever. It will not know what it stands for. It doesn't stand for the unity of its own people. It is killing people in Balochistan. It doesn't stand for Islam because it is keeping silent on the atrocities of Muslims in China. It doesn't stand for equality of justice because people are being thrown into jail and being murdered on the name of blasphemy in Pakistan. It doesn't stand for human rights because Hindu girls are being abducted and raped every single day in Pakistan. So Pakistan doesn't stand for anything. The only stand that Pakistan knows is that they are anti-India. So anti-India stand is the only stand that they have, the only ideology that they have, the only reason for their existence is that they hate India. And in India, you will find people making plans for peaceful negotiations with Pakistan. How is that possible when the other person doesn't even respect you? Two people, when they start talking, both have to have respect for each other before they come to any conclusion, because a person who doesn't respect you will not take any word of yours on its word value. So if I tell Pakistan today as India that I will not be making any inroads into Pakistan, they will be, you're lying. Because they don't respect us. They don't respect our words. They look at us, they see kafir, they see people who are subhuman. At the same time, with China, the kafirs become their best friend. Their all-weather friend. In India, the freedom that Muslims and Christians enjoy is more than any other country where there are such minorities. And yet, in the eyes of Pakistan, India is a country where Muslims are being marginalized. And in China, where there is no freedom of thought, no freedom of religion, no freedom of life for these Muslims and Christians, Pakistan calls that China a great country, a great friend. So think, if you are an Indian, think whether we should be looking for peaceful ways to work with Pakistan, or the way should be completely ignoring Pakistan altogether and doing what we are doing on the world stage, and make sure that in days to come we become so huge that for Pakistan to think about India must become a distant dream. I am Anupam Sinha and you are watching today's. Thank you.